Good evening, and welcome to the show. This is Late Tonight. My name's Pete Sheriff. If you've never seen the show before, then we have celebrities on, and they come and they tell us about their stuff and what they've been up to and that kind of thing. So welcome to the show. Little title sequence coming up in a few seconds' time, and then we can get on with it. It's as simple as that. So, without further ado, let's crack on.
I think we're ready. Welcome to the Late Tonight Show, starring Pete Sheriff, with our very special guest, N-Trance. And we talk SpaceX. And now, live from Solihull, just outside Birmingham, just off the A45, here's your host, Pete Sheriff.
You know what? Hopefully, one of these days, we'll be able to do this show in front of a live audience. I'll be happy with that. Good evening. If you just joined us, welcome to the show. We've got Junior from N-Trance is with us. He's in the green room right now, and he's almost ready to come and join us. But first, I wanted to touch on a couple of things. Tiger Woods got himself in trouble. What is it with Tiger Woods and car crashes? Because this is twice now. Now, the first time, I do believe his missus was chasing him down his own driveway with a golf club. Well, that may have been a rumour about the golf club, but I know she was there. It was her fault. This time, he's had a crash and he was on the motorway, on the freeway, as they call it. So anything could have happened there, bless him. What else is going on? There was a space launch last night, or was it this morning? One or the other, overnight. And Matt Bullock will be here a little bit later on to tell us all about that. But in the meantime, we have a very special guest. Touch of Ian Lee there. Junior from N-Trance is with us, ladies and gentlemen. And if you don't know, if you've been living in a cave for the last 30 years and you missed it, you don't know what it is, you don't know who N-Trance are, then take a look at this and we'll get the young man on to tell us his story. Check this out.
N-Trance in the house, y'all. Fever on the dance floor.
Yeah. Let's bring him in. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Good evening. I'm all right. How are you?
You know what it is, right? That promo video, the bit of Set You Free, and just any kind of thing with the big beat and the Bee Gees in it, I go, I get all excited. So welcome to the show, and first of all, a round of applause from me for Set You Free, because it's just, well, you know.
Yeah. Thank you to you guys, because without the DJs and people wanting to hear it and buying it, then it'd never been a success, would it? So give yourselves a round of applause.
So, okay, tell us about you. Tell us about how you got involved with N-Trance. Tell us what your process was, and then we'll talk about the Set You Free itself.
Okay. How long have we got?
Bring it on.
It's, okay, so right, I got involved with the band. It's a really strange story, actually. It's quite an interesting story, but you guys might disagree, actually. Set You Free was recorded. It was a college project. Kevin and Dale had been working on the track, and it kind of came out. Pete Waterman signed it to PWL. At this point, I'd not got involved with the band, but I was working at a studio in Sheffield, and Pete Waterman signed Set You Free. He said it's never going to be a hit, but I'm going to sign it, and I'll take a big chunk of the percentage of the royalties from it, etc.
Yeah.
didn't want to do anything with it really. Never really saw light of day. So Kevin Dale came to Sheffield with Kelly to re-record the vocal for Set You Free. I was working as a T-boy at the studio in Sheffield. My cousin was an engineer there, and that's how I met the guys and got involved. From there, so it's a real strange kind of chain of events that affected how things panned out. But weirdly, at that time, I was a house DJ. I was working with a guy called Farley Jackmaster Funk. I don't know, some of you guys will. And me and Farley were quite close friends at that time. And Farley used to come and when he was from Chicago, when he was over in the UK from Chicago, he'd come and we used to rent a house together. It sounds really crazy now. We used to rent a house together in Barnsley, of all places. And, strange. I know. Sounds like, people are going to be sat there thinking I'm making this up as I'm going along. So we had this. I had a record shop. I was setting up a record shop in Barnsley, and I had a bass there. And met Farley and got involved with him. I was doing a lot of warm up DJing for him, and he used to come and we rented a house, and he used to come and whenever we were in the UK, he lived in Barnsley with me, just like, and he obviously was like the pioneer of house music. And so strange kind of series of events before that. And I'd never really been interested in, not interested in kind of in trance, because Set You Free, they were looking at re-releasing Set You Free a bit further down the line with the Rob Searle mixers, and a lot of the music that when I got involved with the band, a lot of the music that I was kind of getting involved with behind the scenes and DJing wasn't really my cup of tea, because I was a house DJ, So I found I was like a little bit like a fish out of water at the beginning, but I soon kind of found my feet. And then I think if you love music, you're not really you're not interested. It doesn't matter if you're involved in music. Generally, if you love music and it's your life, then you will you appreciate and respect all avenues, whether whatever genre it is, and those kind of things. And so I kind of I'd never really given it a chance up until that point. I was like a proper serious house head. I thought, oh, cool, and all those kind of things. So I real strange. And so I got involved from the revocal Set You Free in Sheffield. Realised that there was a bit of a gap in when I've been speaking to the guys. I was, they performed, they did live shows, but nothing from a DJ kind of point of view. There weren't any, specifically a DJ. Mike had been involved with the band, and he was a DJ, but not really as N-Trance. It was all a bit strange. The band was it's always been quite big. And there's been members coming and going for as long as I can remember. So and it was just we sat down and I was like, we need to get out and do some DJ sets and start gigging properly, not just the live shows. And then it just snowballed and escalated from there. That's it really. But it's it's quite a freaky, kind of strange. If I'd not been working in them studios at that time, things would have, would have panned out differently. And would I have ever been a successful house DJ? Probably not. I'd have always been in Farley's shadow, wouldn't I? I'd have always been.
Well, you have some, and I know we touched when we were chatting on the phone earlier. We touched on this. You've got some quite successful remixes of your own and stuff that you're doing under pseudonyms and stuff like that. So you're quite a cunning character.
Yeah, bit of a dark horse.
Okay, here's a question for you, and it's something that I've always wanted to know the answer to and never really had the person to ask, and now you're sat here right there. Why the direction change from Set You Free to Staying Alive? Please tell me. I need to know. I love both of them, by the way, but I need to know. Kev, he founded the band, Kevin, and he's always been into his samples and was just a lover of I call him a purveyor of sample pop, and he's just like he likes
he was really into samples. If you can remember Mind of the Machine and things like that, a lot of tracks from back in the 90s, they were all sample based, and it was just really catchy. Staying Alive it's cheesy, but it's a great kind of pop song as well. It's like, and the direction change was, I don't think, N-Trance never really set out to be a prolific dance band specifically. Set You Free was written as, it was a one-off. It was a song written. It was a college project, and it had been written in a kind of a. It wasn't like they were at that point. Kevin Dale, who'd set it up, they weren't kind of specifically dance heads. They weren't. They were raves. They just appreciated. They were musicians. Kev's a classical pianist. And it's kind of, so there was all various different musical influences within the band, and so I don't think it was ever going to be one dimensional like a rave band. Am I making sense, or am I rambling?
No. I was just going to say I watched a video of you and the rest of the band doing the lockdown video, and doing Set You Free, and I was amazed at the little parts of it to make one. Do you know what I mean? And the guy with now tell me who's who. The piano. Keyboard.
That's Kev.
Okay.
And Dale was on the guitar.
Yeah. Okay. And the lady doing the new vocals, who's replaced Kelly.
Yeah.
Lorena. Who is, and her name is
Rachel. Now there's a story behind Rachel.
Really?
She was part of the LMA choir that were on. Is it? I think it was. Is it LMA choir? They were on X Factor, and they got through to the judges' houses and everything. And she's one of the main singers.
Okay.
From the choir, and she, we invited her over to sing "Set You Free" when we were looking for. But Lindsay'd been the vocalist for about 7 or 8 years. Lindsay she got a cracking day job. She got she's really successful day job, was like solicitor. I think she was offered a job as a partner at a firm, and then she had a baby, and it was almost like juggling that and the baby, and coming touring with us, we were just getting a little bit much, and so we kind of, she didn't want to leave specifically. It wasn't like she wanted to put, with there were any disagreements. It was just that she got to that point in life where she was kind of like she needed to concentrate on her family. So she agreed that she was going to stay around until we found a suitable replacement. And Rachel was the perfect candidate for that. And she sounds like a younger Kelly. She is fantastic. I mean, not that you really want to try and replicate Kelly, because there's Kelly's voice is Kelly's Kelly, and that's you don't ever want to try and get somebody that sounds exactly like Kelly. I think that defeats the whole object and point of it. But yeah, Rachel's fantastic. So she was part of the LMA choir. She ended up with under Robbie Williams. So she was at his. She went to his house in LA. And they did all right, but then she's kind of we poached her.
Stole her.
We stole her. Yeah.
Well, it certainly. I was gonna get that clip and play, and then I ran it through the YouTube, and it went, no, you can't play that.
Oh no,
because it is really good. If you guys, if those of you watching, if you can get a chance to go and see it, just type in N-Trance. Is it it's not Lockdown, is it?
Yeah, I think it's a Lockdown live session or something like that.
Yeah, Lockdown live session. N-Trance Lockdown live session. Go and have a look at it on YouTube. It's fantastic. They're all in different locations, and it's like a stream, and they're all put together, and it really does sound good. So fair play for you on that.
And it is live. The piano, the kids, obviously the beats my end on, but the rest of it is Kev's playing that, and Dale's on guitar.
Yeah, no, it's great. It really is good. So, what's next for N-Trance then? Where do you see you guys? Are you got any new stuff coming out? I mean, have you thought about it? I know you've been a bit tricky to get together, obviously.
Yeah.
Have you thought about any, sampling any more 70s records?
Probably not sampling any more 70s records. No, I don't know. Not unless we do. I've actually got another little project, Freeloaders. We did So Much Love to Give back in, that was signed to all around the world a few years ago. And I think if we're going to do anything like that, then we'll do it under Freeloaders.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are new. There's pretty much an album sat there, which the problem we've had is obviously a lot of it had Lindsay's vocal on it.
Yes.
And so it's been trying to get Rachel to come and re-vocal stuff and seeing how things work. And a lot of it's probably a little bit dated now, so we need to, but the foundation's there, the songs are there, the foundation's there. I think it's just a case of when this lockdown's lifted, it's all getting back into one place and getting our heads together and cracking on.
Yeah, get that unfinished album finished and let us hear.
Yeah.
Can you give us anything on there? Any kind of?
No, because we're not. I don't want to go and say something and then it not happen. I've learned my lesson. I've been in this game too long. And then because somebody will come back and say, "Oh, you said it were going to be called this, and they were going to release this." And you're like, yeah, not today, Pete.
Not today. No, okay, I'll let you off that one. Well, that's brilliant. Look, I'm really chuffed that you came on. I'm really chuffed that you were here. You're one of my people on my list that I thought it's just never going to happen. But then obviously we have a mutual friend, so that's kind of cool. So thank you so much for coming on.
No, thank you, and we will come back. What we'll do next, I promise. We'll if we can get it where we can all get together in the studio, we'll go across and we'll all get it together in the studio. And we'll get Kev and we'll get Rachel and we'll get obviously Ricardo was the MC. He's passed away, but Ben, our MC, we'll get Ben over and we'll do it again properly. And we'll have a group chat with you. And then we can do some live, we can have a bit more fun with it and do some live vocals and what have you.
That'd be fantastic. That would be awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Give a round of applause wherever you are in the world to Junior from N-Trance. Thanks, mate. Thank you.
Thank you, mate. Cheers. Take care.
Thanks, man. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, he's a nice fella, isn't he? Nice fella. I like that guy. Right. Let's get Mr. Bullock on because there's just over, I can see him in the green room. Now, I have to tell you, he's got a new microphone. And if he mentions it once, he'll mention it 500 times in the next 10 minutes. So let's get him on. Let's see which. Good evening, Mr. Bullock. How are you, sir?
I'm on the new mic, so don't... sorry, hello, what? Sorry. What? Don't talk, I'm on the new mic. I can't hear you over there. Hello?
How are you? Did you see that with Junior?
I jumped to the last bit. He's a nice guy.
He's good, man. He's good.
Nice guy.
He knows his stuff as well. Hey, listen, he lived with Farley Jackmaster Funk.
I missed all that bit.
Did you?
Yeah, sorry.
With Farley Jackmaster Funk. What a man.
Farley Jackmaster Funk.
Now, You see, that's a name there. That's a name from the past, mate.
It is.
Anyway, for those of us who can't turn around,
there we go.
Tell me about, now you're on. Welcome. And got new toys to play with here. Look, so what about this space thing of yours then? Talk me through this.
Well, I don't know if you saw the broadcast this morning, which I tested it.
No, sleep.
Okay, thanks. All right, brilliant. It wasn't that early.
What time was it?
It was. I think it was about 10:30.
Oh, was it? No, I was sleeping.
Are we? Okay, fine. So this is it's not a business. It's nothing like that. It's just a bit of fun that I should have done months ago when we went into lockdown. Yeah. But because I got a new mic, because of the new mic, I wanted to. It doesn't matter. Anyway, look, I like watching rockets go up. I like space. I like that. Obviously, I know I love sci-fi anyway, and SpaceX has sort of this thing that Elon Musk has done over the past few years has sort of inspired me. And as you've said in the past, that the stuff that he's doing with the rockets that look like Thunderbirds with the landings and all that, and it just looks great. So in the States, and there's a guy in this country as well. Right. Who all they do is grab the streams and then talk about them. They don't know nothing like I do. I don't know anything about rockets or building rockets or rockets taking off. So I don't know any technical stuff. I just like to watch them go up and testing stuff, and it's just great. It's exciting. And what happens in my house, unfortunately, is I end up sitting by myself watching these rockets going up. And I thought. And then somebody who's also very interested in this said, "Why don't you just do one of those YouTube things and just sit there and just talk about it and get people to join in?" And I thought, okay, let's watch the future together. And that's it.
You're turning into Buck Rogers. You do realise that?
Yes.
Well, how many people was watching you?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Because this morning, what happened overnight? The SN10. Have you got the? Can I share a screen? Are you allowed?
I don't know how you do that.
Well, there's a button here that says share screen, so I'll take it. Oh, I think I've got to. I think you've got to allow that. Unable to share the screen. Screen sharing is not allowed. You can switch it on. It says here.
What?
It's because there's a button down the bottom that says share screen. Thanks for.
I don't know. It's I don't know.
Is this the first time you've used this software?
No, but you see, we used it for a bit, and then I've gone back to it.
Okay.
Because I needed this.
You've got to, like Zoom, you have to say, Matt can use the share screen button.
Well, I don't know how to do that. Hang on a minute.
I'm just going to have to go to YouTube anyway.
Old men trying to work a computer.
Oh, you see, I know all about this stuff.
The people watching us, trying to watch them, watch you, watch this. Yeah. I feel like Jeremy Beadle.
I want to put the start of it on, just so you can see the...
Send me the link and I'll put it on.
Okay, well, that's a good idea.
I don't know how to do that, but I'll...
Oh, well, can't you just share the screen? That'd be easy.
I don't know what I've got on my thing. Yeah, go on then.
Okay, a minute. Let's just pause.
I'm so sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen.
It's all right. It's this is what that's the space show's about. This is about trying to figure stuff out as we're going along. Right. So do you want me to send it in the private chat?
Yeah, send it in the private chat, mate. In the private chat down there.
There we go. That's in the private chat.
The private chat. So, hello.
SpaceX and NASA. Oh no, that's too early. I am no expert on space.
What time index am I going to?
You want to go for about 25 seconds in, just as after the countdown. It's just to play the opening video, which shows you all the stuff that we will be showing. It's that simple.
I'll start the countdown then.
That's it. Start the countdown. I can hear it. Can't see it though.
Wait a minute.
All that music is tense.
It is tense, and it tense. That is. Oh man, I've lost it now. I don't know where you are.
Just pause it. Pause it. You're going to go into the actual.
I can't pause it.
Why can't you just put it up, man?
I don't understand how this works.
See, I've got it here. If you just allow
something.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Unable to share screen because of something or other. I don't know.
Oh, I'm actually sharing a screen.
Oh yeah, where's it?
I don't know. It's being sent to you. It says.
Yeah, I got it. Look, I got it.
Here we go. Oh no, this is great. Right. Okay. So this is the countdown, and then this is here we go.
T-10.
This is the opening
7
bit.
6.
Right.
This shows you all the stuff that we'll be doing.
3.
Okay.
2. 1. Ignition. And liftoff.
That's a rocket, Pete.
It is.
That's another rocket. That's a rocket going off. It shows you the Thunderbird landing.
Look at them 4 men in there.
Man in the car. There they are, look. Now I'll just mute myself when we come in. I can do that. I can do that here. So that's that. But what you got to look at is my T-shirt I've got on, because it's a very, very special T-shirt. There it is. Look at that NASA T-shirt.
Look at that handsome fella there. He's got a mic on as well. Look at that mic.
Is that a new mic, do you think?
Might be.
Yeah. So that's my NASA T-shirt. I was also on the front of it. It's got a SpaceX thing, ordered specially for the show. Not going to wear it out because people will laugh at me. So we'll stop sharing that. There we go. Oh,
so,
there we go.
So
why?
Why? Tell me why. Why?
Well,
for the God, why?
Because I think it's important that we all know what is going on. Because we get the normal people, the listening and viewers out there, only get snippets of what goes on. You've got some good viewers. You've got viewers on here. So they only get the bits on the news, like when the Mars rover landed. They get little bit snippets of that, and then if there's a disaster, they get shown. And yes, that's all great, but there's so much other stuff that goes on that's so important to humanity and us getting into the moon and getting to Mars that I don't want to sound like a nerdy person, but it is really too late. It is really important. And I think for me to view it and get excited about it, hopefully people will watch it with me and then go, oh, look, it's great. That's what we want. And have a beer and Kentucky Fried Chicken at the same time. I don't know. Other products are available.
Products are available. Yeah. Okay, well, I get it, and I'm sure that it will catch on. I know it will catch on because I've seen.
Oh, there's hundreds of thousands of people watching in the States and around the world. That
one specific guy, isn't there, that he.
You can mention them. We all share. Now, this is another thing. Let me just get this. And I contacted everybody to say, look, I'm doing this in the States and in the UK, and they've all gone, yep, just use our feed, use this, use that. And they're really open to sharing as long as you just give them a name check. That's all they want. Okay. And so the Boca Chica girl who's in Boca Chica in Texas, where the spaceship SN10 is about to go up in the next few days, she's got live cameras everywhere and it looks great. And she just allows you to have the feed and use it and talk over it. So it's really open source. Is that I suppose that's the word, isn't it?
I'm all right with that. I'm all right with that. What is this whole thing with going to Mars and all that?
It's the most important thing with it. The most important thing with Mars is that.
What's the end game?
Musk says Elon Musk, who owns SpaceX and Tesla and all that, says we are going to destroy this planet. And then I don't want to go down this route, but there is a chance that in a few hundred years we're going to just destroy the planet.
A few hundred years.
Not next week. So we need to start. It sounds like Star Trek, doesn't it? I'm just sounding like Roddenberry now. I must be careful. We must go and populate the other planets. We need to visit other planets and live on and put bases on there in case we mess this one up. There's a fair chance we will. There's a fair chance we won't. But we still need to get out there. And so the whole idea is that we've sent the rovers to Mars, which is all NASA and China and other countries as well. SpaceX has got nothing to do with that. SpaceX is actually they want to get to Mars, but they're going to go to the moon first to do a moon base. No jokes.
I'm not saying nothing. Because so I do understand that you're not going to get to Mars backwards and forwards without a moon base in the middle of it in order to be able to refuel and do all these other things. It's all right sending a MELP like they've done.
Yep.
If they want to send people, which are significantly heavier with all the equipment, they're going to need a booster.
The problem got, again, I'm not a technical person. I don't know about space, but the most important thing you've got to remember is then you see those huge rockets go up. It's only the 10% at the top they have people in, because the rest of it is built just to get off the Earth. That is the most difficult thing to do, is get off this Earth because of our fantastic gravity. So once you're in space, piece of cake. It's not a problem at all. So the idea is Musk is going to send loads of stuff up there in space stations and on the moon as well, and then we just use a massive rocket to get off the planet, send it back, release the front capsule, send it back down to the ground, that lands, and then we can do whatever we want up there. And it only uses a little bit of propellant to get to Mars. It takes seven months to get to Mars, by the way. and it's so we have to build something here.
7 months.
Yeah, it takes 7 months to get to Mars. Well, we haven't got light speed, have we?
Warp drive.
Or warp drive. We haven't got anything like that yet.
Okay. I'm with yet. Yes. Somebody gets a bigger engine. Well, look, that's all good. So when's it on? When's the next one?
Right. This is the other problem. That obviously we're for the testing of the Starship.
Yeah.
Because it's testing, but there's no specific time, so we have to monitor every single day about what's going on. So let me just have a look at the Secret SpaceX app. Well, no, it isn't. It's just a thing. Let's have a look here. So yeah, we've still got no launch. Is no go for Starship, but they're saying it possibly could be Monday.
Okay. And what's this one for? Is this for the?
This is just a test. This is the Starship test, which they keep crashing.
Blew up. Yeah.
Yeah, the other two. He'll nail it on this one. This will land.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, this one will land. Now we do have a Starlink launch, which is happening.
For those people that don't know what Starlink is,
I was going to do that in a second.
Okay.
I've got a bit of a story, but there is a Starlink launch, but it's happening at about 4 a.m. on Monday morning. I'm not doing a live stream for that. But Starlink is putting a whole mesh around the world and allows internet to be picked up on the ground, ultra fast, ultra low latency, so you don't get any lag, ultra cheap as such. Mr. Ian Pound, my neighbour who lives in Canada and in the UK, he's got a place over in Canada in the hills, no internet coverage. He rang me up today to say he has ordered his Starlink. It's $450, I think, and it's for the kit because it's a dish and it's just unbelievable. And he'll get 200 meg download speed, uninterrupted.
This is all fine, but have any of these people ever seen that episode of Doctor Who or
Terminator
or any things where the flipping internet goes mad and it robs every
Well, yeah, that is true because science fiction writers have been writing about this type of thing for decades, and it's but unfortunately, one of the most famous science fiction writers, Arthur C. Clarke, wrote about geostationary orbit around the planet, and before there was a geostationary orbit around the planet. So sci-fi writers, yes, they do write stuff which is negative, but they also write stuff which is positive, which is actually true. So yeah, it's going to be a bit weird having lots of satellites, but they're up there now. It's working. It's absolutely working. Google it on YouTube. It blows your mind. Just blows your mind. I've realised on this new mic, that's number 5, that when I turn away, it goes quieter, doesn't it? It's very directional.
Directional, yeah.
Very directional. I saw when I watched the review of it, the guy was going, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. This is the back of the microphone. This is the front of the microphone. Well, yeah, okay. It's not going to work at the back, is it? Idiots.
Oh man. Well,
okay.
Yes. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I'm very excited about it.
Your show, by the way, is back on Friday. Bullock's Business Banter, yes?
Yeah, we are back on for that at midday. We had an electric car guy today talking about batteries and stuff, and everybody got very offended when I was showing the Tesla fires. Don't know why, but the batteries. Grant was going mad. How dare you put that on? You start conspiracy theories.
You got a Tesla?
Oh, no, not yet. No.
Right.
Just he wants to get one next month. But it's just ridiculous. Anyway, yes. So the business show's back on Friday for our normal Friday banter.
Okay.
Yes.
And we have a 15-minute show every day now for a month. It's in an afternoon thing, probably 3 in the afternoon.
You haven't discussed this with me.
It's only a 15-minute hello, how are you, how's your day, blah 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 thing going on. So do subscribe, by the way, right? Subscribe to the YouTube channel, because eventually all the live videos that we do will be on YouTube. We're not going to be messing with Facebook and Twitch and all that stuff. We're going to be moving everything to YouTube. Not yet.
I don't know. I'm nodding. I don't know.
Eventually, we're going to get everything over there. So we'll still be on the radio though, which is always fun.
Always on the radio.
Always.
I love it when it's close.
And we're also on the Flashback Radio live page as well. So
Oh yes, that's me
you-
on 7 o'clock on Friday, aren't I? Yeah.
yeah, so the gigs this weekend, Matt Bullock on Friday at 7 o'clock and at 10 o'clock as well.
Friday night dance party.
The Bumped It show, as it's been dubbed.
What?
They'll dump.
Will you stop having meetings and talking about me? The Bumpty show.
Bumped it, because it's bumped. Never mind. And I'll be back on Saturday with Anthem City. We'll be doing a live stream about 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So, and then Friday afternoon as well. So, I'll get my money's worth out of this. So that's what it is.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well, YouTube channel, please. Social Command.
Social Command on YouTube.
On YouTube.
And Pete Sheriff on YouTube as well.
Don't forget to do the bell. Do the bell.
And subscribe and click the bell so you know when we go live. Thanks for watching. It's been a great show. Thanks to Junior from N-Trance. Thanks to producer Pete, who's back there. He's been whispering in my ear.
Is he on?
He's in my ear. He's a blank screen.
Coming in your ear.
Screen. Look at that. See?
Oh, he's such a miserable person.
He's busy. He's busy producing. I don't know what.
What does pub mean? Peter. Pardon, sorry?
Producing.
Oh, Peter the producer. Is that what PP stands for?
PP, yeah.
Jeez.
Well,
wow.
There we go. Quick, can you shut up so I can play the credits?
Go on, off you go.
All right. See you later. Thanks for watching.
New
Bye.
mic.